everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. I'm talking with Elena Merlos, Executive Director of United Way of South Louisiana. Thanks for being with us. And, you come in a good time, right? Things are happening, things are moving, but things are still needing work, right?
So, no, definitely.
So you guys are still raising money, still trying to distribute funds, and there's still funds available for people who need them.
Definitely. Now, as a matter of fact, today we finished meeting we have what we call budget hearings. Like usually in August, which this past August, 2 days before the storm, we kicked off our campaign, and then the storm happened.
Great fundraiser.
And then it was like it came to a screeching halt. So we were out in the community. We like to call it boots on the ground. We were getting stuff done. And we were handing out, non-perishable food. We were handing out generators. We were handing out water, because you take for granted just flushing the toilet.
Right.
And then you couldn't do that.
Right.
I mean, I actually stayed with a friend of mine, and at least she has the bayou behind her.
Right,
so
and go grab a bucket, 5 gallons.
Pour it into the toilet. But, it just came to a screeching halt because we had to do what we needed to do. We got truckloads, when I say truckloads of stuff, tons and tons of supplies that came in from all over the country, including, monetary things. But at the very beginning, sometimes even money, if you can't spend it anywhere,
right.
You can't help anyone. So we were out in the community and we were helping stuff. And it was really a blessing because we ran into a lot of people who said, I gave to United Way for years. I've been working at XYZ
right.
company.
And
I never really thought right. that I would benefit from that.
Sure.
So we had people that came in. We formed great partnerships that fed people a hot meal, but we were able to give them a box of food or something to bring home, some water to drink, pet food, which was another big thing. But now what we're doing is we've met with our agencies who we fund, which provide services like meals to the elderly, medicine for people who can't afford it. If you have to pick between your medicine and paying your rent,
right.
then that person, that's a hardship that
sure.
you just don't ever want to face. People who are in domestic violence situations, which right now, from talking to the 2 programs that we fund in different areas, but they said they don't know if it's COVID on top of the storm, on top of all this damage and stress that people have, that's a huge problem in our area now.
Yeah.
We don't hear a lot about
sure.
it, but it is a big problem. So what we're asking right now is, and a lot of people have sat through these United Way, we don't like a high pressure thing because if, I twist your arm, that's
sure.
not going to make you feel good. But it takes just a little bit of money, maybe what would cost you maybe 4 Cokes out
right.
in a month could feed a family for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
For that 1 hour's pay per month, you can help an elderly person. And sometimes it's not just a meal that's delivered. It's actually the fact that somebody comes by every day and checks on them.
Right.
And, we've heard horror stories where they can't leave until they actually see the person. And they're inside, they have a broken hip or something, and it's that one person
sure.
from the Council on Aging that helps them out. So what we're asking is just to give us a chance, come in, talk to your employees. And even if no one gives, I don't think that'll be the case because
right.
people, once they see the list of who we fund, you'll find somebody that you'll want to fund. But sometimes it's just going into that company, talking to their employees, and actually educating them as to what's available in our community.
Right.
Because sometimes we were like, okay, as people were coming through the line and they were like, oh, who are you with? And it's like, you had the big Live United shirt on. And it's like, well, we're with United Way, your local United Way. And they're like, we didn't know there was a local United Way.
Right, we're thinking it's national, right? My money's going to Washington, D.C., and some other guy is taking a jet somewhere. This is staying in the community, and it's really going to help here.
Yeah. No, here it's like we are very frugal with our money. Right now my grass is high because my lawnmower got ruined in the storm. But I even, I was laughing one day because one of our volunteers came by and she went inside and they were like, God, your yard person looks just like Alina. And it's like, because it is Alina. I'm not paying anyone to cut my grass. I'm going to do it myself. But so, we believe in not, we lost all of our furniture on one side of the building. And everybody, they were like, well, none of this matches. And it's like, because I've been here since 1996, I have never bought furniture. Because
Exactly.
I will take
This is not, you're not a high living.
I'm going to have to come back once we
charity.
move in, because I'm going to ask for some office furniture that
No-
we lost. But yeah, no, in this case, it's something that I think, and it's happened in the past where we sit down and we talk, they look at that brochure, what it is that we fund, and it's like, my aunt can't afford her medicine. I didn't know there was a St. Vincent de Paul pharmacy.
Right.
So, it's an educational thing for your employees. And a lot of people say, well, my employees only make minimum wage and they're not going to. Those are the people who actually give more than anybody. You know why? It's
Percentage-wise, for sure.
It
hits home.
Because it hits home because maybe they've either gotten help or they know someone who got help from one of those agencies.
So is going through the employer still the best way? Or obviously you can go online and give directly as well.
Definitely. But it's that employer because, if I ask you to give $12 a month or $140, like cut me a check for $140 or give me $12 a month, that $12 a month, you're not going to ever miss it. Or even if it's $5 a month, you're making a huge impact on your community because it funds over 20 different programs. They're all doing wonders in our community. It's that safety net. And we don't like to call it a handout. It's a hand up.
Sure.
And sometimes you only need it for that 1 month. Sometimes you might need it for a little more. But the food bank's a perfect example. I mean, since COVID began, they've probably tripled the amount of people that they see.
Yeah, and that's the best way to be organized. You know exactly where the money's going, that kind of stuff. It distribute right. So, Lena, man, y'all doing God's work for sure. Thank you so much for being there and helping our community for sure.
Thanks, Harry.
All right. That'll do it for this edition of Buy You Time. Thanks for watching.